What's happening, YouTube? I was just laughing with Larry, telling him this is my last night of freedom as a person who doesn't have a child running around on the planet Earth. You guys are in the building with Lamont and Larry, the living legend. Larry, how you feeling tonight, baby?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I'm excited for you. Tomorrow, you are going to be officially a dad, man. That is exciting.
Well, I can officially say that I'm nervous.
As you should be, man. You're gonna have a little human being's life in your hands.
Yeah. And as you guys see what this shirt says, that's right. I am a father, the black version. I swing a mighty hammer and I will have an iron fist with this little girl. It won't be no spoiling her, no seeing pictures of me kissing her. If you follow me on the gram or you follow me on Facebook, I put pictures of me kissing her belly. That's the only kiss you're going to ever see.
No. So, if you guys believe that, you have been watching his channel since way back, because you see how small my pinky is. Her pinky is going to be about 10 times smaller, and he's going to be wrapped around it in its entirety.
Oh my Jesus Christ, man!
You're gonna see Lamont doing gymnastics and yoga and everything else getting wrapped around that little girl's fingers.
Let me tell you what one of my Marvel fans said. They said, "Do you remember that scene in Infinity War when Thanos bent over to give his hand to baby Gamora? She wrapped her tiny little hand around his pinky. They was trying to say that's gonna be me. I was like,
yeah.
Hell no.
Yep.
Hell no. That's not going to be me. Iron fist, baby. Iron fist. But anyway, y'all know what y'all here for tonight. We talking to Shy. We're going to review episode 3. And then we're going to finish talking about stocks. There's a move I think that some of my subscribers should do. Some of y'all been following my stock thing since March. Me and Larry been doing this, and some of y'all made a lot of money. Ladies and gentlemen, when we get to that section, it's time for y'all to sell something. Y'all got to ride with your boy on that. Let me shout out everybody that's in here hollering at us. CL Smooth 9901, what's up, brother? J Supreme, Fresh Prince of ATL. Boy, I love that name, man. If you're the Fresh Prince of ATL, you need to hook me up. And J Supreme, let's get into it. So let's talk about The Shy, episode 3 of season 3. Overall, I thought it was a good episode. I went by every storyline. You had Jada's storyline, her finding a Rico Suave, Emmett and Tiff jumping down Emmett's throat, telling him to grow up.
Man,
Emmett having issues with Lala popping up at his day job, the place that they're going to make side money. It looks like they're trying to turn. Something. Yeah, man. Looks like they're trying to turn. Something. Right. It looks like they're trying to turn Ronnie into a hero, and Kevin is growing up and has found him a mate so good that he had to go in there and give himself the $5 discount with the lotion. Larry, what were your biggest takeaways from The Shy, episode 3 of season 3?
Man, it's crazy when you watch it. I mean, for one, it was great seeing Kev with just all his heart continued on from last episode. But when you see dude, I forgot Trig and his girl, man, the way they ran up in that house, they put guns on that fool and just they ran up in there and hey, you knew
she about that life. Trig girlfriend about that life.
She is, and you knew something wasn't right with those girls because when them dudes rolled up in there, none of them girls lift finger one to say or do anything to help them dudes. You know. I'm surprised they didn't. A few of them didn't take the opportunity and break out. But yeah, man, I think they're going back there because I don't remember his girlfriend's name. But the Imani, right?
Imani.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I have a feeling Imani's gonna go back to that house. She's not gonna let that go. She's gonna go back up there and light that spot up. So.
Man, you sound like my wife. I was like, you mean she's going to be a saver hoe? She got to go back and try to get all them women. But the problem with that is because they did highlight that it triggers something in Imani's mind. Like maybe she was caught in a drug trafficking ring. Maybe someone turned her into a sex worker. it triggered some deep repressed memories or insecurity in her. And the question is going to be, why would she risk her life? Because if you've dealt with people who have broken personalities, broken, damaged individuals like that, they're more liable to turn on you than to come with you. So if she does, hey man, Jay Supreme, you might not have ever got one of these before, but whenever somebody super chat us in the way you did, we stop the show and we give you something visual to look at. So for you, since you knew, let me give you this one because it's a political time. Check this out.
I represent the rent is too damn high party. Playing the silly game, but it's not going to happen. The rent too damn high movement. The people I'm here to represent can't afford to pay their rent. Listen, someone's stomach, child's stomach just growled. Did you hear it? Rent is too damn high.
That's right, baby. The rent is too damn high. But Jay Supreme, you just helped make that rent a little lower. Shouts out to you, my man. I will put that into the coffers for my baby girl when she comes up here tomorrow during delivery. I'll make sure I put that to the side. And I might even put a little Christmas tag in her thing that says from Jay Supreme. I appreciate you, homie.
There you go.
Getting back to Imani, Larry, the thumbnail I used for this video was the crime tape. And I'm alleging that crime tape is not for Keisha. That crime tape is going to be for someone else. Do you think it could possibly be Imani?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. And I'll tell you why. If you were running around in them streets as a trans woman and Trig running around with a trans woman and they're rolling out like they did, I mean, them dudes they're hardcore. There is something about them that has everybody else scared. Because the way that you saw, what's his name, Duda, when he busted dude in the head when Trig came and busted dude, I mean, he was shook. Mm-hmm. He was shook, like, oh damn, you recognize me. This is a dude you don't mess with, And if Imani's talking about I'm your bodyguard, right? I mean. In the way, it seemed like they must have a rep in those streets that people just aren't going to mess with him. Because he was like, when he told his little brother, look, I don't really mess with them dudes like that. If I go in there, I'm gonna have to go in there. But he didn't seem at all scared, like they were coming back after him. It was like, yeah, I did it, but that was it.
Larry, there's going to be some retaliation for that.
There might be.
There's just going to have to be. You don't get to go in a trap house.
That was a whole house.
Trap house, whole house. A lot of things was going on in there. Yeah. You don't get to bust up in there for a known gangbanger and not have some kind of retaliation of some form, whether they get your dog, they get your girlfriend, they get your brother, they get your mother. There's going to be retaliation. And I think that crime tape that we see is not for Keisha, but some form of retaliation from that group.
It could be. It could be. What's her name? I think what's her name's going back because she did mention when she later on in the episode, she mentioned that this could have been me. And I think she was probably trafficked at some point or maybe she was out there work. Maybe she wasn't trafficked, but maybe she was working as a sex worker because they do say that a lot of trans people, they don't have all the employment opportunities that other people have. And oftentimes they turn to sex work to support themselves. So that could have been what she did early on. And, she was probably thinking this could have been me. Somebody could have grabbed me and turned me out and put me in some hoe house like this and just really had me, sideways. And so I'm thinking, because when dude was up in that room, like, being aggressive with that chick, she just sort of snapped and hit him upside his head, just pistol whipped him upside his head.
Hey, man, dude about to bust a nut, and she hit him right in the forehead. Boop! And he went down like a rock in the water. I was like, whoa.
But I think she must have been abused because when she looked in those other rooms and saw dudes just going at it, she didn't wholly like it, but it wasn't like she felt like she needed to hit somebody. But when she went in that room, she heard it first, and then she opened that door. And when she saw that dude hitting that chick on the back or the butt or whatever he was on to get a whip or something, she just sort of went off. So I think she might have been abused at some point as part of her, as part of her story, her backstory. And I think that's going to come back, and she's probably going to end up going back to that house, And
she going back. You can
yeah,
cool. She might as well put on a Batgirl suit and go back to the house because she going back. She's definitely going back, and I don't think she's going to go back with one gun either. Her ass is going to go out there, guns are blazing.
What's Trig's brother's name again?
Jake.
Jake, right?
Yeah.
All I know is, Jake was like, "Yo, let's go to Kev." But it's crazy because obviously you don't want him to get shot or killed or anything. But if something happens to Jake, the two people who care about him most, like the two older people, as far as Duda and then Trig, I would not want those two on some freaking inner city superhero villain team up having to go bust off on everybody. They might burn the whole South Side down.
Man, the only people I know that could stop them would be Tommy and Ghost. That's
it. Right.
Only Tommy and Ghost could stop them two. Because man, if you can get them two to come together and be on one accord, man, you better watch out, man. You better watch out.
Yeah.
So, Larry, let me probe you on the lighter side of the episode we saw yesterday. So you saw the issue going back and forth with Kev's mother and Dre. And you saw Kev's mom was losing all hope, all inspiration. Then pops in Tracy to give inspiration, to say she started a group and a coalition, to say she's willing to do a vigil. I want to go back to that scene when they was in her group and you had those two parents in there complaining about they don't want the group to go and have the vigil because they deem Keisha as basically like a little fast chick, even though their damn sons was messed up. Was that realistic to you, or did that seem a little over the top?
No, it seemed realistic because I could see where where they were probably thinking like, okay, how do we know for sure she actually went missing and she just didn't decide to dip out and go stay with some boyfriend, or didn't just decide to run off with some guy or something, and so they're probably just thinking like, okay, we've done some work, we've tried to build up some credibility in the community, and now we don't want to throw it all away back in this girl who we say is missing, and then it turns out she's not actually missing. Instead, she's just shacked up with some boy. And so, I understand why they would say that. I don't think they're right in saying that. I think that they're wrong. And I think that at some point, you have to recognize, okay, here's this girl. She's smart. She's, she never misses school, or they never thought she missed school, but she's doing really well. And all of a sudden she just flat out disappears. Her phone was found by some homeless dude. That doesn't sound like some chick who just decided to dip out with her boyfriend. That just doesn't sound like that at all. Especially if she had a what do they call it, a Fakesta account or a Finsta, something like that. It's like, once they found that account and they knew that she had one, if they checked it and she hadn't been posting, then you would know this is for real. Like if she didn't want her parents find her because she was shacking up with a boyfriend, she probably still would have been posting on her Finsta. And maybe then maybe what's his name? God, I keep forgetting everybody's names today. Dude that's doing the cooking now. Emmett, right. And it's maybe then Emmett would have been like, yo, here's her Finsta, and she's okay. So I think that probably would have happened. So the fact that it hasn't, I think that these women up there, I think part of them are just angry and bitter, that maybe she has the possibility of getting her kid back, and
exactly.
They don't want some new chick coming in taking their shine. It's just there's probably a number of different dynamics going on there. But
yeah, I personally thought their asses was pathetic. But before I get into there, I gotta shout out my Buzz 703, man, bro.
Buzz 703.
I got to get you, man. And, them diapers is too damn high. So let me give you something to watch. Let me see what I got for you. Oh, I just got to make you laugh on this one. Take this. You see that diaper in between her legs that toppled right on down.
Oh my
And
gosh.
got right in between her legs. So I had to give that one to you, Buzz. I appreciate you, baby, for that big super chat and shout out. But yeah, Larry, them two parents in there, man, they had me hot. First of all, before I even knew that they sons was out here doing stupid stuff,
Right.
I'm just thinking this lady is fresh off of like 4 days losing her daughter.
Yeah.
Right? Fresh off of 4 days. And if you had these kinds of thoughts, at the very least, you hold it for a little while, go to the vigil. The vigil is not going to hurt anything.
Right.
It don't matter if she had, like Dre said, she had 20 penises in her mouth. The vigil is not going to hurt. And we're not judging her for what she did. We're judging her because she's been kidnapped, abducted, missing. That's what we're trying to fix. So I was like, man, somebody sit them down. Go home. Go back to wherever your life is bitter. Maybe they need to have some sex, Larry. Maybe they ain't getting enough. Maybe they need to get that masseuse that Jada had last week. Maybe that's what they need. But I'm just like, man, help this lady out, man. This is the community. Help her out. Help her find a daughter. Now, that does bring me back to Jada.
Vanessa Todd in the house.
What's up, Vanessa? I heard your son had a shindig of a fireworks up in Detroit. That boy making money hand over fist. I'm coming to Detroit to see him when this baby get here. When COVID is over, we will do an East Coast tour. I promise. We're gonna go to Larry neighborhood, then we're gonna leave there, and then we're going straight to Detroit. So y'all be on the lookout for a black man with a little black baby in the back seat in a Tesla. We doing a road tour, baby. But let's talk about Jada, Larry. So she's not getting the massage this week.
Right.
This week, Emmett and Tiff came back to the house and wanted to stay there. And the issue me and my wife was going back and forth about was, did you see when Tiff and Emmett had a discussion? Tiff felt like Jada always comes in and saves Emmett, which is probably true, and I'll agree that she does do that a lot.
She saved her too. That's why she let her stay up in the house. I mean, she needs to realize she's saving Emmett. She's also saving Tiff too.
Exactly. I was going to say that, but I was also going to say my man is trying to work on a real deal, legit hustle while she about to go sell weed.
Yeah,
I felt like she could have been a little bit more forgiving in that situation. But what do you think they're trying to let us know is going to be going on between Tiff and Emmett? I think there was foreshadowing something.
Yeah, I think Emmett's done with her. Honestly, I think he deals with her because of the kid. He may have liked her somewhat, but I think he's done with her. Honestly, the way that he sounded when he spoke to her, because when he said, he was like, "You just want me to leave? Then should I just leave?" And she was like, "Go." And I think he was sort of like, I really could be out. I think in his mind he was thinking, I really could be out. And it's not like he's ever had problems getting women. And I mean, Lala's up there licking her lips at him like she's ready to throw him in a basket of oil and fry him up, because I mean, every time they see each other, it's like they obviously are writing this so the chemistry is just palpable between them. They're eventually gonna hook up. So I just I've been done with Tiff because Tiff is she's got this stank, nasty attitude that I just can't stand. She's a drug dealer. I mean, there's just nothing about her. She doesn't have any redeeming characters left. There's just no redeeming character about her. There's nothing left. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I would have to tell her, I'd have to check her ass when she's up there talking about, you need to get your shit together. I have to tell her, bitch, you're a drug dealer. Get my shit together. I have a legitimate business I'm trying to run. You're a damn drug dealer. Get your life together.
Yeah.
And don't run around thinking about you're going to take my kid from me. All I have to do is go to CPS and tell them your ass is a drug dealer. If you're not locked up, your ass will be left without the kid. So don't try and pull that shit either.
Larry, we do have Bear Theater that said, you're forgetting something, Larry. She do got them cheeks.
I don't like all that. I don't like all that extra. She also, look at her arms. Her arms are all jello-y. She's a cupcake away. She is a cupcake away from being fat. She's a cupcake away from being fat. I like them bodied up chicks like Keisha with nice thin, nice body. I don't need all that. I don't need all that extra, all that extraness. That's just all that is like she takes a week off from working out, keeps eating cheeseburgers, and now that's all it took was that extra week and those couple of cheeseburgers, and she crossed the threshold. Don't need it, don't want it.
Now, Larry, you better be careful because some people would say you're fat shaming. Excuse me, body shaming, Larry. You better be careful. You better be careful.
Okay. I'm body shaming then. I don't like it. How am I body shaming? Because I say I don't like someone's a cupcake away. I don't like big chicks like that. That's just me.
Oh my goodness. I know that there's women that done put down their Oreo sandwiches right now and just threw them at this TV because of you. Threw them at you, Larry. Y'all be ashamed of yourself.
I'm just saying. I know I'm not the skinniest dude, and I know some people don't like what I have. I'm just saying I don't like what they have. And it's not like she's a big John. It's just that she's a cupcake away. And she would be much prettier because she is a pretty girl, but she'd be prettier if she wasn't so stank nasty. I'm just not into the whole stank nasty thing. You know, I'm not into stank nasty. I'm not into silicone like that. Some silicone, I mean, I could deal with some silicone, but I don't want to see those like those chicks that get those extra huge booties and then they got the little tiny ankles because they don't have any muscle tone in their legs. They look like they're walking on, you know, on little chicken bird legs. And it's just, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Larry, big girls need love too, baby. Big girls need love too.
And that's why there's dudes out there for them. There's a lot of dudes out there that like them heavyweights, you know. I'll just take me a flyweight.
Golly, Larry only want to deal with bantamweight. Boy, this dude here. Man.
I'm just saying, man. I have a firm rule. If a chick weighs more than me, I can't mess with her. You know, that's my rule. So if you have 200 pounds of booty, some dudes like that. That just puts you over my threshold.
Hey, man, you could be missing out on the best, most wettest ride of your life, Slip and Slide Records.
I could be. I've missed out on other things before, you know.
God, moving right along, man. Golly. So what is up with Jada and Rico Suave, the new man they introducing to her? Now, you don't bring characters like that in for nothing. And we know Jada is a little thirsty. She's a little thirsty. She want to take a drink.
Yeah, she's definitely looking for love this season. You know, she's been looking for love for a minute because you know she was about to get with what's his name, homeless dude, and then you know that didn't work out. Mm-hmm. And so now she's up there, you know, with her massage dude. That you know, I guess that couldn't work out since it turned out to be her son's friend. And so now you know Rico Suave dude that she works with. You know, I mean, that could be a good look for her, except for the fact they work together, but at least she knows he has a job. If he loses his job, she knows when, so it's not like he can lie to her.
But do you think, Larry, that's got to be more to Rico Suave than what we think. I mean, he's supposed to be a CNA. Did you see that car he was driving?
I didn't. Was he driving a nice car?
It was some kind of like T-top Trans Am joint, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know if he's an undercover cop. It's more to him than what they're telling us. And you just wonder if Jada is about to be a pawn in some kind of a scheme. Is he going to use her for something? I don't trust Rico Suave. I don't trust him.
Yeah, I don't trust him either. The way he rolled up in that room too, without knocking or anything, that just seemed like he was on some skeezy stuff there. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what was up with that. I feel like he's on some skeezy stuff. I don't know if he's on some like he's a cop or whatever. But I feel like the dude might be sleazy and skeezy and everything else. So I don't know.
So and then we can't forget about my man Kev. Done found the love of his life in his classroom. Got him a militant Black Lives Matter type of sister. As my wife said on my review yesterday, Kev like women of substance. You know, he was messing around with Maisha. Now you got this chick that came and put Jake in his place. Then he goes home, looks her up on Facebook, and is just going to work on his wee-wee with that sorry-ass lotion. Kev, if you're going to go to work on it, Can you get some coconut oil, brother? Stop being abrasive to it, bro. You stuck with that thing for your whole life. Treat it better. But anyway, what is going to be her role, Larry?
I think they're probably going to hook up. I think her and Kev are going to hook up. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, how that dynamic plays out with her and Kev getting together at that school while Jake is there, because Jake doesn't really seem like he's down with that same program. You know, he's just he's still doing the same old. And I feel like Kev is one of those people. It's like once you get him out of that environment, like I feel like if they actually got Jake away from Kev, I think Kev would be an entirely different person. Like if they just got him out of that environment altogether and put him somewhere else, he seems like he's primed to thrive. He just needs the right people around him.
Mm-hmm. You know, and I can agree to that. And considering how fast Kevin is having to grow up, I feel like she could be a great compliment to maybe some potential mistakes Kev might make in, first of all, this rage to figure out what's going on with his sister, and secondly, rage that might come to play in the school he's in, because, you know, they are definitely the minorities in that school. And she looked like she's going to be a good guiding rail to help Kev stay on the straight and narrow. But what I can't wait to see is how she interacts with Moesha when there's definitely going to be a couple's double date. And it's going to be Papa and Maisha, Kev, and the militant sister. And I can't wait to see that. But still, man, if I'm trying to help Kev out, I'm telling him the same thing the subscriber's saying. Leave that CVS lotion alone, Kevin. Get some organic, cold-pressed coconut oil, brother. You got to live with that for the rest of your life. That CVS lotion is going to leave you dry and high. Leave it alone, Kevin. Do better.
I'm not commenting on 14-year-olds anythings. My name's Bennett. I ain't in it.
Hey, man, you're supposed to be an uncle figure trying to help these young men have a better teenage life so they grow up to be productive young men, Larry. You give your insight when you can help them.
See, even Emmett bumped that. Even Emmett was like, I'm gonna check you tomorrow. Even Emmett was like, yo, do your thing, bro. I'm out.
Yeah, man. He opened that door. I've never seen somebody do a spin. Michael Jackson can't spin that fast. He opened that door and he spun around. He was gone.
You know,
like, brother's like, no, I don't need to see none of that. I don't want to see it, and I don't need to see it. He didn't see it. Now that brings us around to old Ronnie. I'm not calling Ronnie Rusty no more, because yesterday I started feeling for his character. In that scene where he was running from the dudes that was about to jump him and beat him up, he was laughing like he wanted that pain.
Yeah.
When people do that, that is an insight into their psyche. They're hurting.
Yeah.
And people who hurt tend to want to go out and get physical pain put upon them too. But when it really went low for Ronnie was when he went to see his mom. She didn't recognize him. She basically said, "You a bum." When he walked out of that room, man, I think that's just when he finally made up in his mind, you know what? I got to do something to be a hero. He went back and gave the chick flowers that wanted to give him pity panty draws. My wife has forbidden me for saying the other word. So I'm going to say pity panty draws.
Pity panties.
And I'm telling her, a woman that want to give it up that bad, you don't want them draws. She probably ain't wearing no draws. But long story short, he went back to get the pity draws. Then he goes to the vigil. He's got made up in his mind. He's going to find out what's going on with Keisha. Then he see APB white guy, Larry. What was going on with Ronnie's character yesterday on episode 3?
Yeah, I feel like we were leading into the whole thing. Well, we've been saying from the beginning that we think that Ronnie might be the one that finds her. And I think that this dude that was there at the vigil, he's like the one white dude that's there. He's white. He's wearing a bright red sweatsuit. I mean, they wanted him to stand out. It was like they could have put glowing Christmas lights on him, and they couldn't have stood out anymore.
He wasn't the only white dude at the whole vigil.
The only one there, and he was wearing a bright red tracksuit where everybody else was like in dark colors, I think. So I mean, the filmmakers wanted you to take notice of him. It was like, oh, in case you don't notice he's there because he's only white dude, let's go ahead and make him stand out with this bright ass suit on. So this bright ass sweat tracksuit, and so, and then Ronnie's trying to dip through to go look for, to go grab him and try and talk to him. I think that's going to be his thing, is to find out. Probably the next episode or two is going to be to try and find out who this guy is and then where he is and go after him. And I think that he's going to have Keisha. I think Keisha's going to be found alive. I think he's going to have her locked up somewhere. I think they did a little foreshadowing on that when they went into the whole house and they saw the girls in there that were basically hostage in there being forced to work. And I think we're going to see something similar when we finally get into the house or the room where this guy's keeping Keisha. I think we might find her, and we might find some other girls as well. So I think that was probably a little foreshadowing there, and we'll see that dude. I mean, even if it's not that dude, even if it was a little bit of a bit of misdirection, which I don't think it is, because I feel like if it was misdirection, they probably would have played that out right there instead of having the dude disappear and then have Ronnie waste his time looking for him. I think he's gonna look for him, and he's gonna actually find out this dude was the one that took her. So we'll see. I could be wrong. It could be, it could be misdirection. People like to. I hope it's misdirection, to be honest with you, because I want to be surprised. I'm tired of figuring stuff out.
Hey man, I love every minute of it, and I love all the comments we're giving. Let me read some of the comments we got here. Rachel commented that Emmett stay on spin cycle. He did a spin cycle when he caught his mama screwing his daddy. He did the spin cycle on Kev. Emmett is just the spin cycle on your favorite washing machine. That brother stays spinning. That's all he do is spin. And
that's funny.
And then my man Fresh Prince of ATL. I'm seriously waiting for Emmett and Lala moment. Boy. Well, let's talk about Lala for a moment, Larry. Let's talk about Lala. Some of you guys watching this do watch Power. And I must say to y'all, I was not impressed with any of Lala's love scenes on Power. I wasn't. I wasn't. So I don't think there's anything for me to be looking forward to with this. Maybe the way Emmett touches her or something. I don't know. But Larry, are you looking forward to anything with Lala love scenes? I could do without it.
Yeah, not really, not so much. I'm probably more so looking forward to Candy. So I thought Candy Burris' scene I thought her appearance was gonna start this week, and I guess it's coming next week. So I guess I'm probably looking more forward to hers than I am Lala. Don't get me wrong, Lala is a beautiful woman. They're all beautiful women. She doesn't really do it for me. Some of the, it's too much. All that Instagram body stuff, all the manufactured beauty. It's like, if you guys remember Lala from back in the day when she was like Strictly Radio, she was really nice looking. She still is. She was really nice looking. Everybody said, oh, she would be great. She just lost some weight because she was chubby, And then she lost some weight, and then she got with with Mello, and then she lost some more weight. And then all of a sudden it was like the fake titties came and the fake ass came. And then, it was just, I feel like after that, it was just like the manufacture of a Insta girl, that's what happens. You see it all the time. It's like they construct this particular look. And it's like, you don't need to have that constructed. You were already a nice looking woman, So
yeah. Well, the other thing that I just kind of thought was odd was, how many chefs have y'all ever seen cooking with 2-inch wedge nails cooking?
She's a hood chef. So the rules don't apply.
Man, you know what's about to happen. What's about to happen is the owner of this restaurant, someone just mentioned it in the comments, is going to find out that her food better than his.
Right.
And that could cause some turmoil, especially considering how you going to roll up in this man's business and criticize his chicken.
Yeah. And you like you said, it's going to happen that she's in there, that somebody who was there at late at night is going to come in the daytime expecting the same thing. It's not going to taste the same, and they're going to be like, "Wait, what happened to the chicken? What I want that chicken from the other night." And the dude's going to be like, "What other night? I closed at like 7:00." And they're going to be like, "No, the late night stuff. I want the late night stuff." And then he's going to realize, oh, they're up in here. They're up in here frying up in my kitchen. So
frying it up, baby, frying it up. And then this is going to be a little bit of what's happening this coming week, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 4. Candy does appear. Now, Larry just got finished bashing Lala. Now, everybody know I'm a Candy fan. But I got to say, Candy got some fakeness going on too now, Larry.
She does have some.
Candy's got some nip and tuck going on too. However, I digs the escape thing. I digs her business profile. I digs her being the boss on The Real Housewives that I watch with my wife, exclusively with my wife. I never watch it alone. And
you can watch it alone, man. There's no shame in it. There's no shame in it.
And a lot of rumors are swirling, Larry, that her big scene that she talked about in the summertime, her big scene is going to possibly be with a woman. What do you think about that one, Larry?
I mean, it doesn't make a difference either way, I guess. I mean, I guess I would probably... The whole lesbian thing doesn't really do it for me. I know some guys really like seeing the whole lesbian thing. They get off on the girl thing. It doesn't really do it for me. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Lena Waithe is a showrunner and she writes this thing. I mean, she's a lesbian, and there's a lot of gay and lesbian themes going on this season. So, I wouldn't be at all surprised if she was. I guess it's of no consequence either way to me. I think as long as it fits the storyline, then I'm okay. I don't want to see any sort of just basic manufactured thing, situation just so they can put a celebrity in there. I mean, one of the great things about this show is that all these actors that we've been seeing are relatively new and fresh. And so I would kind of don't want to see them put a known quantity in there or commodity in there just for the sake of having them there,
Right.
So I mean,
go ahead. We've got a comment from Bearer Records LLC. And this is a great question, ladies and gentlemen. One that I was going to possibly mention this week, but let's get it out the way now. Why don't Kevin and Emmett just look up the track coach for Keisha whereabouts? Because you remember they beat up that track coach last year, Larry. The one that was sleeping around with the underage kids. They beat him up.
Right.
Yeah, brother. And so, people are wondering, are they going to bring him into the fold as someone they need to investigate? What you think, Larry?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, is he still around? Is he still in town? Because you would think like after something like that happens, dude might just dip out and leave, and get up out of Chicago, go somewhere else. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, I would think any time that somebody goes missing, the first thing you want to do is start talking to the people that she knows. And if there's anybody that has something to lose, like that track coach or something, you want to talk to them and find out what's up with them. And so, they should look them up. But, I think they're doing the right thing. But I think they did the right thing as far as going to Trig and saying, basically just having him just do sort of a street investigation, because the reality of it is like her mom and her stepmom were saying, the police don't really care. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to really, invest any real time and energy into a little missing black girl in Chicago. They just don't care. And so if you have people that are running up on people's houses with guns, and especially if they just tell them like, look, she's on you now. You're going to help us find her, or we're going to come down and burn your spot down and everybody up in it. So, if you want your business to keep going, you need to help find this girl. And that's how they should just be. They should just run up in everybody's spot and just be like, it is your job to find her. And if you don't, we're going to call Omar in from Baltimore and just run through your spots, and that's how they should do. But we'll see. I mean, the coach obviously should be talked to, but I don't think it's him. I don't think it's him.
I don't think it's him either. And With that being said, I think we'll move on to the next subject, man. I think we pretty much covered episode 3. Any special predictions you got, Larry, for episode 4?
Yeah, I still think Kev might get somebody pregnant or kill somebody this season. I think one of those two things are likely. I'm thinking that either it could be where he just busts on somebody as a matter of like self-defense or saving his sister, because I don't think they want to taint his character and just making him a bad guy. But I think the way that they're showing him that how much he loves his sister and how much heart he has, and he's just like, yeah, I don't care. Like when dude pulled a gun on him, and he's like, yeah, I'm not leaving without my sister, And even dude, when he left, he was like, yeah, this is a little tough dude or something, And it's like, I think they want us to understand that Kev is he may be like this fun, fluffing stuff dude, but he's also got a little bit of heart to him. And I think we might see him have to actually use that before this season's up, either by busting off on somebody or whatever. But I think he's probably going to get pregnant. I think he might get that little chick pregnant too.
Man, y'all be tripping in this comment section, man. Fresh Prince of ATL, excuse me. He says, why don't Dre get a gun? She out here popping off with pepper spray and bats. She needs to get a real weapon. And don't let me forget. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, this is one thing I have as a bit of a prediction. I think that Dre is gonna have a lot to do with finding Keisha, and I think the reason for that is that when Keisha's mom, when Kevin and Keisha's mom said, "I'm their mom, not you," and she was real hurt by that. I think she's gonna end up playing a much more vital role in finding her. And showing, what's her mom's name again? Whatever Kev's mom's name is.
I forgot Kev's mom.
Yeah, I forgot about it. But I think she's gonna be much more of an integral role in finding Keisha, so that her wife will realize, oh, she really does love my kids like they're her own kids, and it's and so this whole bit about they're my kids and not your kids may go out the window. She's going to realize, oh, you do see these as your kids. And, so it could be something like I wouldn't be surprised if that crime scene tape was actually for Dre. Like Dre got busted, like during the process of trying to rescue her or something, she actually gets killed.
Speaking of that crime tape, I think Patty 718 and Muchella done figured out who it's for. They said during the vigil, when Tracy was speaking, there was another picture of a missing young lady.
I saw that. And they
all were thinking that could possibly be the person the crime tape is going to be shown for. Because we know it's not for Keisha. Just forget it. That's not for Keisha. It could possibly be for this other girl that they had up that was next to Tracy when they had the missing sign up. That was a good catch, Patty. Good one on that one.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was a girl or a boy, but I did see that other missing photo up there, and I was thinking something was up with that too. So,
yeah. And our folk T Streams done checked in. What's up, brother? I heard you done made all the fireworks money in Detroit, man. We come to do a T Streams tour sometime in the near future when COVID dies down, because I want to see what you're working with.
T Streams in the building.
The only prediction I got for you guys on episode 4 is we know we're going to see Candy. It's just, are they going to give us any backstory about her and Duda's whatever they had and what her agenda is for this season of The Chi? And we're going to see Lena Waithe preaching at Papa's Daddy's church this episode. And we're going to see what the hell was that thing Ronnie found. Was it a piece of Keisha's pocketbook? He found something. And when he found it, he runs straight to Dre's house to say he's got information about Keisha. And I guess we're going to find out.
So let me ask you a sort of a off-topic thing. Not off-topic, but sort of. So like when Candy comes on this show, right?
Yep.
If she hooks up with Imani, now my question is that lesbian sex or is that straight sex?
I guess that depends on what Imani uses for pleasure.
Well, Is that would be the determining factor? Because
I guess. I'm giving you.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm a little confused. Like I ask these questions, and it's all. I mean, they may seem crazy, but because I just don't know, and I want to know, like, what is that considered?
You are a critical thinker. I'm a critical thinker. If she uses her man part, it's heterosexual. She uses her other part.
What other part? Does she what do you call it? A hermaphrodite?
Isn't she transitioning?
Well, I mean, if you still have your man parts, I mean, I guess I need somebody to explain the logistics to me, you know. So
either way, it doesn't matter to me. If Candy's there, I hope they let her sing too. That's all I got to say about that.
You think they'll let her sing? You think she'll want to sing?
Why not? Let her sing. I mean,
because sometimes singers are like, I don't want to sing. I want to highlight my acting skills. I don't want to just be up here as a musical, interlude.
Man, nobody want to hear that. You wouldn't even be in the show if it wasn't for the fact that you sing. Nobody want to hear that. No. If I ask you to sing one line, get your ass up there and sing. You would not be getting no acting roles if you wouldn't have made it as a singer. Nobody want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. So,
man.
In any event, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to conclude our section of the Shy. Thank you for tuning in for that part. Now we're going to move on to the money, the stocks. Oh my goodness.
What did I just walk into? I don't know. If you haven't done the live streams, you have no idea what you walked into.
Man, every time I go live with Larry, I say the same thing. What in the hell am I getting myself into? Every single time. Every single time. I keep coming back for more. I guess I'm Ronnie running with the grocery cart, smiling, looking for somebody to come and jump on me. I guess that's what I'm doing.
Glutton for punishment. Tim Windsor in the building.
Tim, what's going on, brother? I know you staying safe out there doing some things, but Tim, I know I've been helping you with your stocks and a lot of people tuning into this show. Well, I got some stock advice for y'all. If y'all was tuning in back in March when this channel, me, Larry, and T Streams mentioned when Tesla was $450, buy some Tesla, okay? Ooh. If you bought Tesla and you held on to it, Tesla ended today at $1,432. You are about $18 short of making $1,000 off that one buy, ladies and gentlemen.
Man,
what I have to say right now, if you bought shares of Tesla more than one, sell it. Sell it. Cut your Tesla in half right now because that bubble is going to pop.
It's gonna happen. At some point it has to start coming down at some point because it's so hot. It just keeps going up and up and up, and I can't fully understand why it's going up like that. Besides people just jumping on the bandwagon, but there's all these analysts out there and traders and hedge funds that are shorting it. And what's his name with those shorts today? Elon Musk came out with the Tesla shorts, and he sent all the shorts to all these short traders. Because he was coming out saying these are for all the people that are talking about shorting the stock. He was like, the stock's not going down. You can short it all you want. You're going to be a loser,
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, if you bought Tesla and you bought more than one stock, I want you to leverage your position, sell off half of your stock, buy some Amazon and some Google, because Google is doing gangbusters. Amazon is doing gangbusters. And if you don't want to spend that much money, leverage off some of your Tesla and invest in some dividend stocks. I've got two great dividend stocks for you. ASG, the All-Star Group ETF, and the SPHD low volatility ETF. One pays a 5% dividend monthly. The other one pays a quarterly 7% dividend. ASG, $6. SPHD, $33. Leverage those profits from Tesla and reinvest in yourself and start getting paid a dividend right now, because that Tesla ride it's going to come to a crawl. It's going to come to a crawl, and I want to make sure you maximize your profits. Now, if we look up and the thing done going up to 2,000, you be like, I listened to that damn Lamont Tyson. You did listen to me, and you made $1,000 profit if you got out tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. Don't you forget that part. But that's why I'm saying don't sell all of it. Leverage half of it.
Just trim it.
Keep some of it, but reinvest the money into other organisms and mechanisms that can grow you more money and also pay you back a dividend. That's my stock tip for today. Larry, what you got for the people today?
Man, some of those stocks that you've been putting out there, they're a lot. You know.
Hey man, I do diligent homework on this.
And I know you do, but damn.
I know you like, but see, for you, because I know you like your stocks under $20. You don't like big girls. The big girls can't get no love with you. You like them under $20. So I sent you Blink. I sent you Neo today. I sent you Solo. And for those of you wanting to know what these are, Neo is the Tesla version in China. Solo is another electric car manufacturer. Blink makes the charging stations for all these cars. And I also sent Larry another company that works with electric cars, and it works with their autonomous driving interface. All those stocks, ladies and gentlemen, are under $20. And if this is something you feel like you should get onto, I'm especially preaching Neo. I bought Neo last Monday at $5. And Neo tends to mirror Tesla's performance. It was $5 last week. Neo ended today $12.
Did it really?
Think about that. And I bought 50 shares.
Did it really end up at $12?
$12.
Oh,
and it was $5. Yeah, it was $5 last week. Ended 12 today.
Man, I should have bought more. I only bought 10 shares.
Hey man, that's good. That's fine. That 10 shares is great. I mean,
yeah. I guess I probably should have bought 50, and then but
hey, y'all better follow us when we giving y'all these. We giving y'all real deal life gains on this section. We trying to help y'all get these gains during this COVID, because nothing burns me and Larry up than to see, and I'm about to go there, Larry. I'm about to go there. Nothing burns us up more than to see white privilege taking advantage of a crisis, and the knowledge hasn't trickled down to us minorities to do the same damn thing they doing. Yeah. And in these stocks, ladies and gentlemen, what we have been seeing the last 3 months, the tech sector is gangbusters right now. I mean, just gangbusters. And all these stocks I'm mentioning, Solo, Neo, Workhorse, they're all under $20. And they're not even at their 52-week high yet. Jump on them right now and hold them. These are great long-term investments. If you bought some of that Tesla and you've held it all this time, sell off some of your Tesla, diversify your portfolio, get some of these up-and-coming stocks, because they coming. Yeah. They are coming. Tesla has paved the way for these other manufacturers to know that there is a path to greatness, and they're coming.
Tesla that's just crazy. 1433 closed out. That's just nuts, man.
1433 when 3 months ago it was 450. I mean, I swear we was the only channel up here telling people to, whatever you got to do, sell your cat, sell your dog, get at least one share of Tesla is what we was telling people to do. And if you listen, you've made $1,000 doing nothing.
Yeah, I probably should have bought some, but I didn't. And so it is what it is. You know,
let me tell y'all something about Larry. I send Larry my research updates every day, just about every day, because I like to do my trading and options around noon, which is stupid, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to do your trades and options, I'm going to be honest with you, it's best to do it at 9:30 when the market opens, or around 4:15 right before they close. But because of my schedule, I'm usually busy around 9:30. And I'm usually busy around 4:30, so I just jump in at noon. But anyway, I send Larry exactly what I'm about to do every day. He just laughs at my stuff. And when I make mentions of different things he should do, he just laughs, never gets in until stuff is almost about to tail in on the high. And he finally today started taking my advice.
No, I took your advice last week.
Okay.
Last week I got in on Neo, and what did I get on last week? Last week I got in on Neo. I got in on Solo, and there was one other one I think I got in on that you recommended. But you didn't get in on my IPO though. You missed out on my Lemonade IPO.
I forgot about it because I would have got on that one, but that other one, Albertson, no, I wasn't messing with that one.
Yeah,
Albertson got
well for me.
Lemonade, you should have reminded me because I would have jumped all over Lemonade. That's for real. I just completely forgot about Lemonade. And
I think I might pick up some Blink while I'm at it. So just
So
actually, I already have it. I might pick up a few more.
So this week, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never heard of the strategy some people use in the stock market, it's called options. So basically what options are is one option equals 100 shares of any stock. I'm giving y'all great lessons tonight. One option equals 100 shares of any stock. And on most brokerage platforms, what you do is if you want to trade an option, you either have to have 100 shares or you have to have the collateral to buy 100 shares. So one strategy I like to employ is I'll put up collateral for something I want to buy on the cheap. So for example, Blink. Larry's talking about Blink. Blink is like $7, something like that right now. I don't want to pay that much. I'm willing to pay like $6.50. So I'm going to put up the collateral for 100 shares and I'll get paid a premium to hold the price of $6.50. If it drops to $6.50, I get the 100 shares plus I keep the premium. If it doesn't drop to $6.50, Robinhood gives me my collateral back and I keep the premium that's going to range between $50 and $100. That's options trading 101 in a very, very basic nutshell. And that's how I get some deals on stocks. That's exactly how I do it. And Blink is on my list this week, as well as one of my favorite ETFs, the ASG All-Star ETF Fund. That's how I'm going to do both of those this week.
Okay. All right. I'm looking at a couple of different ones. I'm looking at Nokia.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about rolling Nokia. I'm looking at what is it? Arroyo or Aero or something like that. It's AYRO Inc.
Oreo.
Well, how do you say it?
Aereo.
Yeah, that's the one that was formerly Drop Car. They do they do EV cars. I think they're more like smaller EV cars, stuff like golf carts and sort of other stuff. Not like typical. I don't think they're doing like typical Tesla type cars. So anyways,
no, they're not doing that. And I'll give you guys another good one you can look out for too, that I bought last Monday when it was $12. It took a bounce and now it's coming back down to earth a little bit. Workhorse. They've got a contract with the government to make the postal trucks electric. They've also got a contract with end producers such as Amazon and others that do delivery, FedEx, to be the little truck that comes and drop the package off at your house. So when I bought it last Monday at $12, it ballooned all the way to $20 and it came back down a little bit to $18. If it comes down to $16, ladies and gentlemen, buy it up. Buy it up. It's not going to go much lower than that unless we have another COVID-19 outbreak, which me and Larry are forecasting. We're going to have an outbreak because these people refuse to put on the damn mask. They want to go out everywhere. They got to have a haircut. They got to be at the bar and everybody's face still macking. And it's just not going to get any better. No. And so what we have learned is pretty much recession proof is all these major tech stocks, all of them. You can get your hand on the good tech stocks that we recommend. You can ride this Corona out. So some other ones that we recommend are semiconductors. AMD is a great semiconductor company. Another semiconductor company is NVIDIA. NVIDIA makes, some of y'all are streamers. Y'all cut the cord and y'all use NVIDIA because it's one of the most powerful streaming devices possible, but their stock is extremely expensive. And I've tried to give you guys up and coming stocks that might grow to be what NVIDIA is. NVIDIA is like $400, something like that. But AMD, on the other hand, which is their competitor, and it's still in the semiconductor space, they're about $60. So you could buy yourself 1 or 2 shares of that and just ride the wave on that one. Plus, if you want to do options trades, that's a great stock because it has high volume for option trading. So take a look at those two as well.
I'm looking at I'm still waiting for Ford to come down. I'm waiting for a little dip. When Ford gets down to around 550 or something, I think I'm going to buy some Ford.
Man,
probably the same thing with GE, just because I want those two.
Have you got some of that ASG All-Star ETF group yet?
Nope. Not
Man,
yet.
I'm telling y'all, I give this guy the best stock. This stock has grown at least 5% every year, and they pay a 7% dividend yield and have been paying for 15 years.
I might grab some. I see it. It's like 650.
650.
Yeah,
it's 650. And it's been growing. It's been growing the last 5 years at a rate of 5%, and they pay a 7% dividend. You do the math on that, ladies and gentlemen. You give them $100,000, you're going to be getting back $7,000 for every $100,000 you give them, and the stock is going to appreciate. So your $100,000 in 2 years could be $105,000, plus you're getting back $7,000 every year. You got to jump on those. You got to get those.
I might let me grab. That was ASG. Let me move that over to my buy list.
Yeah, man.
I'll put that on my buy list. I'll give them a shot.
Yeah, you got to get some ASG, baby. ASG.
But I'm looking at Volkswagen, because I'm looking at Volkswagen. They're supposed to be having an electric car coming out soon. And I'm looking at Harley Davidson as well, because Harley Davidson has that electric motorcycle that they've been pushing. I was really hoping that, which I'm going to keep an eye on them and see whenever they go public, is that motorcycle company called Zero E. I think it's Zero or Zero Eve or something like that. It's a electric motorcycle company, and the motorcycle looks dope. If you haven't seen it, it has really good range. They just did they've just done a number of distance, a number of distance runs where they're showing people how far of range you can actually get on them. And so anyways, it looks like a fantastic thing, but it's still a privately held company right now. So I don't know when they're going to go public or what, but I'm looking forward to that whenever it happens. So, but I am eyeing Harley Davidson because I do like that. I think, and I don't think it's going to play in for Harley Davidson so much, but I think some of the other companies that may make electric motorcycles may be the thing, because if you guys haven't traveled internationally, when you go to some places, especially in Asia and in Africa, what you're going to find out is that there are a lot of people out there with motorcycles and not cars. It's kind of like, if you're rich, you have a car. If you're middle class or lower middle class in their economy, you have a motorcycle, And so I think it could do really well here in the US as well, but I think it'll do really well, I think electric motorcycles will do really well overseas, because you'll have people that can get the bikes. They don't have to worry about buying gas anymore. They can actually, they can either get a charging station somehow or jimmy rig one up, or they'll figure out that somehow. But I think it'll be a cheaper way for people to actually have transportation. So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
And for those of you that like short-term plays, I'm talking 6-month investments where you invest in a stock, then you're able to get your money back out of it. Got 2 choices for you. Uber just bought Postmates. Postmates was a bicycle delivery food service. Uber wanted DoorDash, but DoorDash was like, you ain't got enough money for us. So they couldn't get them, but they did buy Postmates for about $1.5 billion. I'm telling you, get some Uber right now. Wait till about January, then sell it. Because when Thanksgiving gets here, we're still going to be under Corona. Christmas comes, we're still going to be under Corona. Those are going to be some good stocks you can buy right now that's probably going to, I'm not going to say it's going to double, but it's going to make you a little bit of cash, and then you sell that thing the day after Christmas. The day after the market open back up, you sell it, get your cash out. And another one that I think you should buy right now is CrowdStrike. They provide the network security for the elections. They are another 6-month stock that are going to get bigger and bigger before the election. And then shortly after November, they're going to go back down. Another stock you can buy right now, hold on to till about December, pull your cash out of it and invest in something else.
I'll tell you the stock that I still like. I just haven't swallowed the pill to buy a $65 stock yet is Logitech. I think that Logitech is going to move up quickly, especially when the school year starts back in August. I think a lot of people are going to realize we need webcams and they're going to have to buy them. And Logitech is probably the largest webcam, or at least the best known webcam manufacturer in the US. I don't know about other countries, but I think that one's going to move. They're already near their 52-week high. I mean, they're at like $65. I wouldn't be surprised if they're at like their 5-year high at that price, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm thinking about picking up a few shares here and there just to have it and see what it does. But
yeah, I'm thinking about Logitech as a 6-month play too, because ain't nobody going back to school in America. Larry, nobody's going back. It's going to all be like online learning. As of right now, ladies and gentlemen, the camera you see me on is a Logitech camera. Yeah. And you cannot find these online because they're so far back on back order. You can't find them. They're not even selling them because the demand is too high. Yeah. So once they can get these companies cranking back out these cameras, Logitech is going to take a bump, especially when they report their next earnings. Right. So grab some Logitech right now. This might be another Christmas stock. I'm going to call all the ones you should sell by Christmas stock. Logitech could definitely be a Christmas stock. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, other than that, man, I don't know. I'm just sort of I'm a couple other ones I've been looking at. I just haven't decided if I want to pull the trigger on them yet. I'm sort of holding off and waiting to see what they do. I'm staying away from some of the ones I know that have been popular on some of the Robinhood stuff. Like I'm not messing with Hertz, just not dealing with them. I'm not messing with Carnival Cruise Lines or no with any of that. So
no, Larry, I can remember when we made the Tesla statement in March. It was a lot of people up here cussing me out when I said stay away from the cruise lines and all that, because we don't know how long it's going to take to get over COVID. When we have an idea of the pathway to COVID going down, that's when you can start jumping back on the cruise stock. And I can remember us getting cussed out that we didn't know what the hell we was talking about. But if you bought that Tesla, and I bought 10 shares back then, you're smiling now. And I'll take my $1 donation, please. Thank you very much. Listen to me. I knew you shouldn't buy it. Look, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, in this game, you got to cut your losses. You do. You got to cut your losses. Know what your dollar cost average is. On every stock I own, I know what my dollar cost average is. On Tesla, my dollar cost average is $500. That's my dollar cost average on the amount of shares I got. Right. And when you get to a certain level of profit, cut half of them and keep half, because you can invest that gain on something else. Something else is going to grow.
I'll tell you something I'm looking. I need to do some research. I want to find a stock. I want to find a company that manufactures syringes. Okay. Syringes and needles, because I think that once they do find, whenever they find this or actually have a finalized version of this vaccine, you're talking about they need billions and billions of doses. There's 7.5 billion people on this planet. I mean, they're going to need, you have 1.34 in China alone, another 1 point something in India, and then the United States. Just between China, India, and the United States, that's 3 billion doses right there, And so, for every dose, you need a syringe. Some companies who are manufacturing syringes are going to get some really big contracts. They're going to make some money. And I don't know what companies manufacture them, but I think that whoever does, I think that's going to be a stock that's going to move. So
3M does manufacturers. Johnson & Johnson makes them. Those companies make them. But another one I think that you guys should be kind of keeping your eye on. They're not an IPO yet, but companies that are investing in technology to be able to detect if you have COVID or the people around you have COVID. Mm-hmm. There's this ring I told Larry about,
the Aura,
that this guy was wearing. It's called Quavar or something to that effect, that detected he had the symptoms of COVID. The very next day he goes into the hospital and he has to get intubated because he had COVID. He calls the people that gave him this ring and said, your ring was able to tell me I was getting these symptoms. And now they're getting ready to give them same rings to the people in the NBA to go down to the bubble in Orlando. That ring is going to wind up going on IPO. I heard the guy say it 2 weeks ago. The ring itself costs $350 a piece. I'm thinking about getting one to really, really try to get an understanding of how this thing works and let you guys know, is this a company you should invest in? But Larry is on to a good point. Anybody that's in the COVID-19 space, whether it's prevention, whether it's detection, whether it's injection, anything like that, is definitely a good 2 to 3 year window buy if you can get in on the right company. And I'm reading every day trying to figure out who's the right company.
Right.
Yeah, man. So we'll have to see where it's at. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you. I will be going to the hospital with the wife tomorrow so we can deliver my first child at the ripe old age of 40 years old. And I don't care if I'm going to be the oldest parent showing up at her functions. I'm probably going to be the one in the best shape too, damn it. And we'll be there. I'll record as much footage as I can. I'm telling y'all, I'm not going to spoil this child. I'm not going to be letting her wrap her little tiny fingers around my pinky, making me say very, very salacious stuff. It's not going to happen like that. It's already happened like that.
It's already happened. Check his Instagram.
Do not listen to Larry.
He's already turned into it. He's already just cheesed up.
Do not listen to Larry. There's no need for you guys to go to my Instagram and be nosy as hell.
Look at this. Open your fingers up. You'll see it dripping through. It's melted butter. That's just how Lamont's gonna be with his daughter. Just melted butter.
Just stop it, man.
Just melted butter.
Do not listen to Larry. I'm gonna have an iron fist. I'm gonna rule this house like the steel curtain Pittsburgh Steelers.
He's gonna have an iron fist wrapped in cotton candy. Well,
ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. I'll be dropping baby content probably on my other channel, maybe a little bit here as I can while I'm in the hospital. I'll keep you guys up to date on stocks as well. And generally, anything I can record while I'm in the hospital, I'll do my best to keep you guys updated on what's going on. But until then, I'll be back with Larry hopefully next Monday. You guys stay safe, stay COVID-free, protect your family, protect your loved ones. Next time you see me, I'll be a daddy. And I'm out.
Peace.
Peace.